Hey guys, it's Paul from Ashen Phoenix. It is new comic book day for the week of, I don't know, but it's the day after, Tim didn't tell me, it's the day after Election Day, so if you're watching this, the world didn't end. The United States is still here. You're fine. This week, brought to you by shirts. They're half of what you need for service.
Hey guys, Tim from the comic book store in Capes and Scowls, and I'm here to talk about some trades and stuff. I've got some stuff. We've got Detective Comics, the complete covers. It's another one of these super tiny books. They're so tiny, Paul. They're so tiny. They're just so tiny. We've got Wet Hot American Summer. Remember that? That was a thing. We've got Hellblazer, 30th Anniversary Volume 1 hardcover. The old Hellblazer series. We've got Marvel Rising. That's an all-ages title. We got the Meta Baron, Book 2. It has a cool title. The Techno Cardinal and the Transhuman. These are really cool books if you ever get a chance to read them. There's like 1 million of them in the series. Outpost Zero. This is the one that's on the back of Walking Dead, correct? If you get the new issue of Walking Dead, it's a flip book, and the other side is Outpost Zero. This is flip, by the way. We've got Star Wars, Lando, Double or Nothing. We've got Miranda. This book does not have a lot of words. I probably should have read it because there's literally like 3 word balloons in the whole thing. It's very pretty, though. Pretty art. We've got DC Essentials, Batman and Robin. Again, like, hey, remember New 52? Well, just remember this part. A very DC Rebirth holiday sequel. Stop that, Paul. Bad Paul. We've got it's Christmas, too early. We've got Mother Panic, Gotham AD. I think this is just the one volume that contains all of that. We've got Domino Volume 1 by Gail Simone. She's awesome. We've got Peanuts. Race for Your Life, Charlie Brown. Ant-Man and the Wasp. Batman, Sins of the Father. And we also have out the Previews Gift Guide, if you want some cool ideas on what to get people for Christmas, even though who cares because Thanksgiving hasn't happened yet. What are you people doing? Why is there Christmas decorations up already? Why? And I like Christmas. What are you doing, people? What are you doing? What are you doing? First up, we've got Infinity Wars issue 5. I took a cue from Paul, and I'm just going to read the whole thing on here. Why not? It was really good. It is basically now we're at the point where Gamora is all-powerful. She's really tough to beat. And Loki has assembled a team in last issue that he thinks is the best equipped to stop her. And this whole issue is that encounter for the most part. It's going to be hard for me to go into details without ruining it, so I really won't. I just got to say, all the characters he picked reacted really well. It's a very interesting fight. I just really enjoyed it. So, if you've been enjoying it, this is going to move the story along really well in the direction you want to see it go. I loved it. I really loved it. This book's great. It's great. I just worry because there's Infinity Stones involved, and does any of it actually matter at the end?
First up, we have Blackbird's issue number 2. I gave it a shot. It got a little bit better. I like this book. The art got a little bit better. The storytelling still a little too fast-paced in terms of like things going forward panel to panel, but it's a little bit more put together of a story than the first issue was. We are still dealing with the main character trying to find her sister, who was stolen in the first issue, who she kind of assumed it was going to be her, and trying to find all the paranormal that are running around and taking her or taking everybody around it. It's a very interesting story. And like I said, this issue was much better than the first. I don't want to really throw too terribly much out there because there were a lot of very important plot points that you would gain by reading it. But check this one out.
All right, next up, I read Green Lantern, The Green Lantern, number 1. This is a return of Hal Jordan in that familiar role as Green... Well, I mean, he's existed, but like it's like, hey, this is your Green Lantern Earth. Focus on this guy. It's Grant Morrison, and if you know Grant Morrison, you know that he's a very good writer. I think when he's on, he's great, and when he's off, he's not as great. This is a unique take on it. It's very space-heavy. There's a lot of space shenanigans, and a kind of a fun... Like, the parts with Hal were a lot of fun, It's a lot of setup, this one. I really enjoyed the art. The artist, Sharp. Hold on, I'll remember that first name. I'm not going to remember. Paul. Vamp. Vamp, Paul. Vamp. Vamp. Liam. That was not vamping, Paul. I'm very disappointed in you. Liam Sharp. I don't care if this is a train wreck. Liam Sharp. Really good art. Really great panel layouts. I just really enjoyed the way the story flowed because of the art. I don't know if this is the Green Lantern story everybody's going to want. It is very in-depth. I loved it, but at the same time, I don't think it's for everyone, but I think you should check it out and make your own decision.
Next up, we have Batman issue number 58. Tom King. Tom King does great. And Janin does great. And Jordi Belair does great. It's a good story. It's beautifully written. It's well done. We get the Penguin. We haven't seen the Penguin in a while. And the Penguin is, now we find out, part of Bane's plan to bring down the Dark Knight by killing Alfred. Which, of course, that would definitely do some serious problems. I can kind of see what's going on here. I don't want to spoil, or at least give my opinion on my theory of what's going on. But this is a very good book. It's going to be the first of a couple issue arc dealing with the Penguin. So if the Penguin is one of your favorite characters, definitely pick it up. But I mean, if you've been doing the Tom King train, this is definitely not going to derail you. It's a great issue. Pick it up.
All right, and not finally, because this is not my pick of the week. But Paul was so busy arguing points with another customer, waxing political. By the way, today, if you're watching an old video, we voted today. Paul was so busy creating a scene and arguing his political points of view. It was, in fact, a scene. Just because I was the only one who witnessed it doesn't mean it's not a scene. Paul was rambling so long I was able to read a fourth comic. So this is not the pick of the week, but it is a book I read. And, yeah, no, you wouldn't shut up. So, shut up, Paul. So, Auntie Agatha's Home for Wayward Rabbits. I read it. I understood it. I don't understand the why. Does this exist in some other form? Am I jumping into the middle? Because I don't understand. It is a little girl who lives with her aunt, and they take care of rabbits, and the rabbits talk to the little girl, and they're wacky, and it's not bad, but I don't understand what's supposed to be going on. And then the reveal that Aunt Agatha is an interesting character at the end. It's weird. This is very weird. I thought it was going to be more like an all-ages story, but it's not. And I don't know what they're going for. They're good writer and artist. It's Keith Giffen, but I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know. Do you know? Because I don't know. But I read it. There was rabbits. There's definitely rabbits.
What is my pick of the week? It is Outer Darkness, issue number 1.
What?
It's a really interesting story. It is outer space with demons and ghosts. Basically, we have these cargo ships that are traversing the world that occasionally will slip through these dimensions into these hell dimensions. And it is dealing with a ship captain who lost a family member. We don't know exactly who that is yet. We're assuming wife, daughter, something along those lines, and has taken command of a new ship with a more dangerous propulsion system. It's very interesting. It's done by John Layman, so if you know anything about Chew, you know kind of what to expect as far as the story writing. But yeah, I liked it. It was definitely fun. It was definitely interesting. It was definitely different. And that's something we'll look for from time to time. Pick this one up.
All right, it's time for my pick of the week, and it's funny this is my pick of the week because usually, to get to pull back the curtain here, we pick 3 books each. I let Paul pick first because he's a little pickier than I am, and I'll read any old piece of garbage. And like I said, Paul went on some tirade, so I had time for a 4th book. I was not initially going to read this book, and I'm glad I did because it's my pick of the week, and that is Marvel Knights number 1. Celebrating the Marvel Knights' 20th anniversary, this is just a strange story. And basically, you follow Matt Murdock, who is initially in a graveyard staring at Karen Page's gravestone. He's crying, he's upset, and he seems super confused. He's acting almost like a drunk would act. When Officer Frank Castle appears, and he's like, hey, you're Daredevil. And he's like, what are you talking about? What's a Daredevil? They fight each other, a lot of shenanigans ensues. What you find out is the whole world is kind of mixed up, and nobody really knows who they are, and they don't remember who they are. Frank Castle, he was told that he's the Punisher, and now he's helping to bring specific characters so they can remember. It's so weird. This is the weirdest thing. And then you have Bullseye following him, and the Kingpin's around, and they seem equally confused. It's a very strange story. So strange, I want more. It's by Donny Cates, and it looks like issue 2 is going to be by Matthew Rosenberg, which is nice. By the way, he'll be at our store on November 18th. You like that, don't you? So, it looks like it's got different writers, and every 2 weeks the book will come out. It's a weird story. It's so weird, I loved it. Check it out, and yeah, it's a fun, street-level, weird story. Alright, that's the end of the video. As I said, November 18th, Brisson and Rosenberg will be here, and it will be a grand old time. Paul, anything you want to add before we take them home?
No, we're good.
Taking it home? We're taking it home.
Take it home.
All right. I feel like I haven't said anything funny for them in a while. Tell me something funny to say for them. Tell me a joke, Paul.
Put me on the spot here.
I am putting you on the spot because I believe in you that much.
It's not going to work.
Why not?
I don't know. I hit a wall. I'm tired.
You're tired? It's probably because you wouldn't shut the hell up and you were rambling. You were all like, blah, blah, politics, blah, blah, vote, blah, 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 Cherokee. And I was like, all right, man, I see what you're saying. But Jesus Christ, man.